Hello. Hello. How's everyone doing?
When they get wild, can you hear me good? Okay, cool.
All right. Well, welcome again and welcome to Roland's Reviews. I told you I would be back with a special guest, Detroit's own HPTV. And he's definitely
Yes.
going to drop his link in the comments section. He is not one of the brainwashed, indoctrinated people that we've been discussing for almost the past year. He's on board with our common sense thinking and what we need to do to try and bring this country back from the brink of just total destruction. So let's welcome Detroit HPTV. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good, Rollins.
Okay.
How's everything with you? How's everything with you out there?
I had a day off, so I've been at this computer all day. This is the
So you
third
want?
video. So
Oh, so you getting it in?
I have to get it in when I can because God knows I have to go back to work tomorrow. And sometimes, I want to do additional videos, but when I leave that high school, sometimes I just do not have the energy that is required. And I don't want to come on unprepared without, prior research. And I just like to be ready. And so everyone's coming into the comment section. Roll call time. Here we go. Alley Cat, of course, is here. Florida. Florida drives this channel. If I didn't have Florida, I couldn't make it. Okay. Alley Cat and Florida, yes, they helped me to run this channel. I'm sending them some cat emojis right now with the little hearts. Of course, my partner, Chef Finest Wine. How are you, love? C. Fryer. Everyone is back. Mr. Detroit HP, make sure that you drop your channel link so that everyone will know where they can go to also, be exposed to the truth. We know there are enough social media outlets and just regular media outlets that are doing nothing but spewing lies, disinformation, as well as misinformation. How you doing, True Vine Renaissance Prayer Ministry?
And we still got to battle mainstream media, CNN and MSNBC, the propagandists.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Isaiah, how are you? And so we're going to go ahead and get this started. We're not going to be before you terribly long. I don't want to take up all of Mr. HP's day. He's probably like me, has to go back to work tomorrow. But Mr. HP, Detroit. Now, we know historically, Detroit,
Right.
like Chicago, just like several other liberal cities, Chicago, I mean, I could name so many. New York,
right,
San Francisco. If you look at
California.
all of exactly, Philadelphia, we could go on and on. So you living in an actual liberal city, tell me what some of your experiences are. You know what's been going on the past 4 years. Tell me what your thoughts are so far as what's affecting you and your community.
Well, it's kind of deep here because they started taking our jobs way back with NAFTA. Closing the factories and outsourcing the jobs and things like that to other countries. They even built another bridge to go into Canada. So under these Democrats, you can see a constant effort to dismantle, you know what I mean, the Black community the most, because they definitely want the land and property in Detroit. You know what I mean? Most of the homes in Detroit are brick basements, sewage empty straight into the Detroit River that goes into the Great Lakes, into the ocean. So it's self-cleaning,
Right.
So they built up casinos down there and built up hotels and built up downtown while they let crime run rampant through the inner city, which causes people to want to move to the suburbs. Then they gentrify it. But what we're seeing now is even more sinister because a few months ago, you seen the UAW come out and support Biden. But what was crazy about that was that when the UAW went on strike, the Teamsters supported the UAW to help them win because the Teamster wouldn't use their trucks to bring the parts. So the UAW leadership looks like it's sold out, knowing that they're building those car plants right across the border in Mexico.
Oh yeah.
So when Trump said they were building those automotive factories right across the border into Mexico, then what would make the UAW side with the Democrats who bringing in the cheap labor to replace their union members? But how they tricked them is after they won the strike, they gave them a raise and they gave them the benefits.
Yep.
But guess what's happening? In October? They laying them off. The layoffs come in October.
Oh yeah.
So they gave you a temporary raise, knowing that they're going to lay you off.
Yep.
They close certain factories in Detroit. So they're preparing because they think in their mind that Kamala Harris is a shoe-in. But see, the UAW started supporting Biden. They started before Kamala, so it's no telling how they feeling, because it looks like Kamala Harris is going to lose. So they might have just been a case of backing the wrong horse, so to speak.
Right.
But that's what we're seeing with the jobs. Now, the other thing is, like Chicago and other Midwest cities is flooded blatantly with the migrants. So the crime is through the roof. The violence is through the roof. You know what I mean? And they're giving the migrants a leg up. You got to imagine if they're giving the migrants $5,000 plus another $1,000 or better on a bridge car, they are the ones creating the food deserts in our communities because they're going in there buying all the food with their bridge cars. Then you see them selling hot dogs and selling tacos. You know what I mean? While the grocery stores in the inner cities are being empty.
Right.
So they created a competition in an already impoverished area. So you got people scrambling for scraps, basically.
Right.
So that's kind of what's going on in the Midwest, but it keeps getting more sinister because they didn't learn from their past mistakes with Chicago and New York. So they're sneaking the migrants into Detroit. You know what I mean? They're in pockets. They're not putting them in any place that you could actually tell that they're here in a great number. But you remember all those jobs for infrastructure?
Yeah.
Why do all the migrants got all those jobs? You know what I mean? They don't know the language. So that means they can't write the language. So who's filling out the applications and fast tracking them to the work that the average Black man in the city needs? It's the betrayal is almost like treason.
Your friends, the Democrats that you love and support, who hates you, who despises you.
The Democrats, the Dixiecrats, the Ku Klux Klan creators. I mean, the Democrats have did so much that you have to actually look strange at a Black person who's voting Democrat. You know, they running on abortion, transgender identification, open borders, and the other things they talking about sounds like straight communism when they get to talking about price control and these other type of things.
Yes.
But the crazy part about it is that the Black people act as if they can't see that Kamala Harris is an idiot, is a cackling idiot.
Vote blue no matter who. Vote blue no matter who.
Vote out blue no matter who, because they in cahoots. You see, they don't got no loyalty. How they betrayed Joe Biden?
No loyalty, none whatsoever.
They, you know, they have a lot of Black shields like Roland Martin and D.L. Hughley and Ricky Smiley, Al Sharpton, and the Boule, they come out and they act as if they speaking for Black Americans.
Yeah.
But they only speaking for themselves because they the only ones who benefit.
You got that right.
So, it's like, the Dixiecrats always knew to keep them some gatekeepers and overseers. That's the same playbook ever since Willie Lynch and, the history of this country.
Yep.
Well, what they doing now is diabolical because it's bigger than just the Black community. They just use it to me, they're using the black community as a beachhead and launching place for immigrants to invade the whole country.
To take over.
So they figured they could put them in there with us, cause all the confusion till the citizens beg for the National Guard, beg for somebody to constrain them and protect them, and then they send in the National Guard. Then the next thing is curfew, and the next thing we're in a communist country because they're already censoring us. You got to say unalived, you got to say grape. I mean, they changing the language. And then the guy, Tim Waltz, was talking about how he feels like freedom of speech shouldn't be free. Like they've been challenging the First Amendment for the last several months. Trying to change the Bible. They said, they almost, that one bill is almost getting rid of the entire New Testament because they don't want to say that those people unalive Jesus. They say that's anti-Semitism.
Right.
But see, that's how they trying to restrict our voices.
Right.
Right. If you study anything about communism, the first thing they try to do is demoralize you.
Speech.
Watch what they demoralize you, censor you, outlaw religion. So if somebody is talking about God and the 10 Commandments and religion, that becomes a threat to democracy. Like when they say the Christian right. What does that even mean, the Christian right? So what's the opposite of the Christian right?
The evil left.
The devilish left. The demon left.
Wicked, vile left. Satanic. Yes.
And then there's a lot of black people, they mad because people not coming out supporting Kamala, but you got to actually look at them. Strange, like everything that God says don't do,
they do.
The Democratic Party say do. You know what I mean? It's like they voting for their own demise.
They are, and they are. Detroit, HP. Let me have a few comments to read here in this comment section. They're coming fast and furiously. And so Pinky said, and you see Black Americans buying up those hot dogs. Stop it. Exactly.
Tacos, stuff they love to eat.
Ironwood. Yes. Why do you get the job first? We all know why. The applications, Pinky said the applications in their language, and when it's not, they have someone there to assist them. Americans don't get that luxury. So the fishing kid, I watch his show as well. Okay, so I have someone in the comment section who already watches your channel. Perfect. Ironwood, how are you? How do they get the jobs? They're making slaves. Exactly. At the expense and off of the backs of Americans, people who, all of us, and see, Detroit, you've been here on my channel. This is what I'm saying. They're starting in the Black community, but like I told people, the Democrats aren't for any Americans. So that's why I say we have to come together. They're against all Americans. So people sit there and say, "Oh, it's in the Black community. It's coming to a community near you. It's all of us."
You see, like I said, they're using the Black community as a launching pad and as a beachhead because they mixing in what they call people of color in with us. And our neighborhoods is so much segregated and controlled and patrolled by law enforcement. It's almost like they bring them here, keep them contained, and let them fight for the scraps with us until what? Until they annihilate us?
Till we kill each other. So because how they have it now, they have the Black, because they're dumping them in Black American communities. Now it's spilling into the suburbs in some places, but initially they're dumping these people in the Black communities. And then we see Chicago's about to explode. New York is not far behind. So what are they doing? That's straight from the Democrats' playbook. You pit this group of people against this group and watch them destroy themselves. That's why I've been saying that on my channel. Black, white, Hispanic, Asian, we have one common enemy, the Democratic Party. What do you think about that, HP?
I think that it's Americans against the Democratic Party because they're being controlled by global elites.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? And they want NATO and other foreign nationals to have input in how this country's ran. They selling us out to the global elitists, to the international bankers.
Soros, can you say Soros, boys and girls? We know he's pulling the strings. He's the primary
Rothschilds, J.P. Morgan, Chase, you know what I mean? All the European bankers is invested in it because America is a debtor nation anyway. The dollar is not backed by gold or silver. It's backed by a debt which they use birth certificates and social security cards as collateral on loans that they owe to China, because China said you ain't got no gold, so what is your collateral? All these birth certificates and all these social security cards of the citizens that we will be taxing. That's collateral for real tangibles. So if you look at it, we've already been sold.
We've been sold out.
We've been sold.
Been sold out. And also HP in simulation said, I just subscribed to your channel. That's what this is all about. Detroit HP has the same message that I have, the same message that Big Al has. We all feel the same way. We know Detroit HP, you've been on my channel for a while. You've heard me saying this was Obama's third term. He's fighting vehemently to make sure a Democrat goes into office, so it will be his fourth term. He's running the government. What do you think about that?
I looking at some research, and I got it through Judge Joe Brown. You notice they never try to sue Judge Joe Brown. They never try to accuse him of slander or libel, because his research, he come with receipts. But what he was showing is that Barack Obama was made to do what he's doing. You know what I mean? His father was handpicked by the CIA. His mother was involved in that as an occultist. You know what I mean? They made him and directed him to be able to do what he's doing. They made him the face of the world, people of color. You know, they had this problem with America being too white. So they say in order for us to pull this off, we got to put another face on it. And Obama, he fit the bill. He was the puppet. And now Kamala, she fit every DEI situation. She's saying she a black woman, but she did have to say she could have just said she was an Indian woman. We would have respected her. But they wanted to make sure that they could get the black woman vote. But you notice they're not talking about the black woman who was just unalived in New York.
And they're not.
They're not talking about it. And this Venezuelan had been arrested already 6 times, and he was let out all those times, and then unalived the black woman and her boyfriend and shot another friend in front of their building, in front of their apartment. But they're not going to mention that because that doesn't fit the narrative. See, what they're saying is it don't make a difference who the immigrants terrorize, as long as it's not a black woman, because that's who they appealing to as their voting base. And they don't want no question like, why you not protecting us? And I don't understand why black women ain't saying that already. You know, they gave the Asians a crime bill after the situation happened in a massage parlor. But then 8 black women was unalived in New York at their market.
Detroit HP. Detroit, listen to this. And this is my thing. I don't see Kamala or these other Democrats in any other community in America except the black community. Why aren't they in the Asian community or the LGBTQ, the alphabet mafia? Why are they in the black community? Let me say this. Booker T, thank you so much for your super chat. And I also wanted to address Detroit HP. I have said that several times. I've shared clips. Judge Joe Brown, I know you go back like I do. He's been dropping truth bombs since the 90s. And I've said this on my channel. He has never been sued. I've never seen him in court. When he on everyone. And I've never seen him
even called a liar. They don't even say he lied. They don't even call him a lie.
They don't say a word. They don't.
They won't even get on there and say he lied.
No.
You know?
So what does that tell you? And so where are we here? Do they think, Alley Cat, do you think black people or biracial people are that fickle? Just because someone has black genealogy, boy, just another racist hit. coming from the Democrats, right? James, darn, James, yeah, some people don't get the notification. Lisa, funny, my cousin who is the same said, I was raised with white privilege. Her mom judged under Democrats, went to college of her choice while I grew up poor. Yeah, they're victims. Of course they are. Pinky, where am I? Alley Cat, another form of slavery, only all colors and races. Exactly. And so this is why, and I've been talking to Detroit's HP, and I feel the same way he does now. Folks, if you're here and you're enjoying this content, this truth, these truth bombs that Detroit HP is sharing with you, make sure you sub up his channel. Make sure you share this content out. November will be here before you know it, and we've got to get this message out. Alexander Hill, you are amazing as well. Thank you so much for your super chat. Thank you. And so Booker T, how are you? Judge Joe Brown, oh my God. I've watched so many videos. I binge watched Judge Joe Brown videos. He has some dirt on all entertainers, athletes, you name it. He has it. Pinky says, we're easily swayed. If I wasn't Black and running for office, I would pander to Black Americans also. Yeah, all you do is go and tell them a bunch of lies. Detroit HP just dropped his channel name down in the comment section. If you're not subbed up to Detroit H, please do so. How are you doing, Jay Lee? The most illustrious Miss Rowland is calling them out. Jay Lee, yes, they have to be called out. Detroit HP and I were talking earlier. He's sick of the shenanigans. He's sick of people being duped. He's sick of people being lied to. We're on the same page. We're on the same team. Along with Big Al, all of us are on the same page. And it's embarrassing. It's frustrating. It's demoralizing. Detroit, you were in my video earlier. You were in the live. Okay. When Kamala was asked if she was Black, what did she say? Yes. She said next question.
She's not gonna ever say that because there's too much footage of her saying that she was Southeast Asian.
Right. But
you know what I mean?
So, all the videos I played, all these Black women, oh, I'm with her, and she'll be the first Black American. Just go.
When they exploiting the stereotypical Black woman, wants to be like Medea, Tyler Perry, wants to always be bossing somebody around. So they feel like if any woman get in the White House, that puts them in a position of power.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yep. Because if they look at her record in California, she was locking up Black women because their kids was missing school.
I did a video on that. But she loved Black people. She gonna do so much for you. Yeah, she probably throw you. She gonna do something for you. She probably throw you in jail. Hey, what about all those?
She love them enough. Hey, she love them enough to feed. She love them enough to feed them greens that she cleaned in the bathtub.
Truth bomb.
And that's how much she love them. She fed them greens out the bathtub. So, you know.
I cannot with, idiots and morons. I can't. There is those of you who are here. I have several people here. I need for you to hit that little thumb. That is the like button. Share this content out. I need you to hit that. It won't cost you one thin dime. How you doing, Jay? Okay, James Booker T. Alicia, how are you? Being born and raised on the east side of Detroit. All right, I got a Detroit person in here.
Got the east side in the house?
Yes. I'm now living in California. This is Alicia Mack. I'm always advocating for Trump. I watch you, HP, and Roland all the time. Good and information. Alicia says she watches you and me. Thank you so much for your support.
I said thank you.
Yeah, right. She can hear you. Alley Cat, where are we here? Black women get the rap of attitude. Unfortunately, in this case, Kamala's head and neck won't move appropriately. Okay, Alley Cat. Big Cheese, I want to know what Trump is going to give the BC in return for our vote. The BC must understand that a presidential election is business. Yes, it's business. And Big Cheese, he'll give you more than Kamala will. You've had 4 years of her. At least when Trump was in office, everyone was doing better financially.
They act like they wasn't there. That's what makes me mad. They act like they got amnesia.
Right.
You know?
Right. Oh, here we go. Oh, another super chat. Oh, they're blowing up the super chats today. True Vine Renaissance Prayer Ministry says, keep speaking the truth, Miss Rowland. Thank you for the super chat. I'm getting ready to flood the comment section with hearts. All of you who are super chatting, I really appreciate that. And I know Americans are struggling financially, economically, but hey, thank you. Where are we here? So Angela says, kudos to Roland from a former educator. Angela Destiny, I'm about 2 to 3 years out from retirement. This is year 27 for me in the state of North Carolina. Thank you, ma'am, for your service. I'm almost done with mine as well. Detroit HP, you said some things earlier. Let me go back to this. Now, if you look, like you said, go back. You even went back to NAFTA, and I mentioned that in the video. Because everyone loved Bill Clinton. He was the greatest thing since sliced bread. Now,
they thought he was black too. They said he was black too.
They played that game, that same old game. Now, HP, I told you I lived in Allentown, Pennsylvania. Now, I don't know if you've been to Pennsylvania before. Right there beside Bethlehem Steel, right? Now, with NAFTA destroyed all those steel jobs. Everything went overseas. When I go back twice, 2-3 times a year, I go back to Allentown. I ride through Bethlehem. Now, some of it's casinos, but you see all in its heyday. You see all those old buildings. When you think of all the American jobs that went overseas, now they love Bill Clinton to death. NAFTA destroyed a lot of jobs, and you just mentioned
it not only destroyed the big jobs, it destroyed the small parts jobs that wasn't even attached to the big three, because we have a tendency to look at when they downsize with a big company, just think of how many small businesses that it took out. Because one thing about it took so many plants out of the city.
Yes.
That like when I was growing up, my father worked at the factory, my grandfather worked at the factory, my uncles worked at the factory. Every day around 3:30, 4 o'clock, you see the men coming home in their cars. They had Cadillacs and lunch boxes. You know what I mean? And we were conservative. You went to church on Sunday. You went to picnics with your family or whatever. You didn't see all this crime. The neighbors could spank you. Black people act like they don't remember that we just got liberal. And see, the trick was they told black people that if you're conservative, you're not free. And the only way you can be free is to be liberal. Now they're slaves to liberalism.
Yeah, and the sad part, Detroit HP, and I've said this in several videos, you're not in physical slavery anymore, but what's worse than physical slavery to me is when you are in an emotional slavery, psychological slavery, and you don't know it. That's scary.
Man, they've been saying, not only did Joy Reid say she would vote for anybody, somebody else just came out and said they'll vote for Winnie the Pooh. You know what I mean? They said
Joy Reid was an idiot. She said if Biden was in a coma, she said if Biden was in a coma, she would still vote for him. She's a Democratic plant, a shield, a puppet. She has her checks already. She wants to make sure you vote Democrat so you don't get your check because it may affect hers. Detroit, talk about people. I can't anymore.
Man, you look at people like Roland Martin and I'm gonna say Roland Martin, D.L. Hughley, and Ricky Smiley, the ones that are part of the Q Dogs, the Greek fraternities. They taking a page out of Du Bois's Talented 10th. That was supposed to lead. But Du Bois was always beefing with Booker T. Washington, who was the working man. Booker T. Washington said, you need to learn skills. You need to learn how to build. Now you got all these black people with degrees they can't do nothing with. You know what I mean? But if they went to trade school and learned how to lay cement and, what I mean, and build homes and electricians, we would consistently be in the money. So it's the same playbook. They think because of their bourgeoisie attitude and their training in Greek fraternities that they should be able to speak for us.
And what you said earlier, they're used as the gatekeepers. They are puppets and shields that are used by
the house Negroes.
Same thing, to keep us on the Democratic plantation.
They is the house Negroes. They want to be in there getting biscuits, wearing master's old clothes, playing the fiddle like Fiddler. You know what I mean? While the rest of us starve. You know, they don't care. They don't care.
They talking about them, you'll never get yours because they're keeping you. They want you to stay on that plantation because you might affect their check.
I don't think this country could survive 4 more years of Biden-Harris Bidenomics. I think that they would finish the destruction.
Yes.
In the first 2 years. Because with the lead they got on what they're doing now, it'll take them 2 years to decimate our communities.
Yes. We've had 4 years of it. And that's what I don't get. You have all these people, Kamala, if she walked past you on the street, would look at you and keep going. She doesn't care anything about you. She does not have anything in common with you. That's why you see she lied about working at McDonald's. McDonald's keeps meticulous. That video has 1,700 views. She lied because why? She's trying to connect with everyday Americans like she's normal like us. She grew up in a privileged environment. These people, everything that we're talking about, all the videos that you show, that I show, that Big Al show, the truth is there. They don't want to accept it. That's why I'm going to continue to share that video. You were there when I shared it. The inconvenient truth about the Democratic Party. It's true. People know it's out here just like we accessed it. They can too. They don't want to hear it because it's the truth. That's why it's inconvenient. Dan J, 84, thank you so much for the super chat. He says,
do you remember what she said?
Yeah, I'm going to read this whole one. Democrats are destroying the country. He's saying what you and I've been saying. And working class with anti-American policies that create division. Detroit HP, listen to this. He's saying the same thing we're saying. Job loss, cyclical poverty, government dependency. Law-abiding Americans are put last. Don J gets it. Everybody spam the comment section with hearts. Don J, yes. And thank you so much for that super chat. Everything that Detroit HP just said, everything I've been saying, Americans don't count. That's why, Detroit, you've been on my channel. What have I been saying? We better come together as a whole to fight the evil.
But think about this.
Democrats.
The Americans don't matter because you have global elitists, international bankers that want control of the world population. Like, I'm gonna tell you something else that's going on in Detroit.
Yes, sir.
You know, in Detroit, they got Dearborn, Michigan, which is the largest Arab populations in America.
Okay.
It's in Dearborn.
Yes, sir.
They have a congresswoman who represents that district in Detroit called Rashida Tlaib. Rashida Tlaib is telling her constituents that Kamala Harris is going to do something about a ceasefire in Gaza.
I heard about that.
She knows that's a lie. Bibi Netanyahu is not going to listen to Kamala Harris. And Kamala Harris is married to a Jewish man with strong ties to Israel.
Yep.
So you can just look at them people being led astray by a Democratic Arab. Rashida Tlaib, she's telling, and Ilhan Omar, they're telling the Somalians and the Gazans that Kamala's going to do something for you. But you notice, as soon as Biden stepped aside and Kamala became the candidate, liberal black women abandoned the pro-Palestinian movement because they was not going to protest against Kamala. You got Arab women. I did a video where they had Arab women calling black women colonizers.
Yeah. I remember you told me about that. Oh, goodness. These super chats are blowing me out of the water.
It's good. They like the content.
Yes, sir. They're enjoying these truth bombs. Here we go. Lap Swat. Thank you for the super chat. Said, has Michael Eric Dyson ever had a real job? Those pale liberals are arrogant. You know what their job is, Lapsa, and then I want you to address this too, Detroit. Their job is to keep the masses and millions of black people in the dark on the Democratic plantation as victims. Victimhood is the mentality, because they want you dependent on them. That's what they're used for. They're the gatekeepers. What do you think about that, HP?
That's what I was saying. It's like black people were the most productive when they were conservative.
Yeah.
When you had a nuclear family, you had a grandmother, you had a grandfather. You know what I mean? The men went to work, the women stayed home. They ironed the shirts, and you know what I mean? And you had family.
Yeah.
Productive family. We had input into the school system. That was conservative. But the Democrats told the black people, no, you being conservative and going to your own church and doing things over here by yourself, that's racist. You need to be more liberal. You need to be more liberal. And what they was calling liberal was the ability to go against the Bible, your family, your whole way of life, just so you could say that you got a freedom to do whatever you want. But that ain't how the Bible works. That's not how the Bible works.
And they're enslaved and they don't even know it.
They slaves to liberalism, because if you can't be a Christian and vote Democrat.
How?
You can't be a Muslim and vote Democrat, because all their policies go against the Bible and the Quran. So what the Democrats is really drawing up out of the community is all the hypocrites and all the charlatans. They having a feeding frenzy. That's why they over there imploding on each other, because you got all the crooks and sharks and crabs in one barrel. They tearing each other up.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, they destroying each other.
Yes, and they are. And I want you to address this as well. I just saw this in the comment section. Booker T says Michael Dyson uses word salads in an attempt to sound smart. He does. Don J. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Don J says, it's not a big deal, but figured I would let you know that my actual name is Don J. Okay. Named after Daniel from the Bible. Wow. Okay, Don J. I realize having my username all one word makes it confusing. You're fine, Don J. You're great. You're great here. We're just glad you're here soaking up these truth bombs, love. Yeah, those of you who are here, please, please, please hit that little thumb, that like button. It won't cost you one thin dime. Vanessa, how are you? We have some new people in here. Tijuana border jumper. He said, great guess. This gentleman is for America. So we have some people addressing you in the section.
I ain't going nowhere else. I'm here. You know what I mean? I'm here for the long haul. You know, I don't got no people. I don't have no people living in no other country. I don't know nothing about that. All my people is from here.
Here, I'm not going anywhere. You see, you remember a lot of these black people, oh, I'm leaving America. America's so horrible. They moved over to Africa. They're coming back in droves. I don't know what they thought they were going to get.
If they make it back. If a person want to know anything about Black Americans' relationship with Africans, study Samuel K. Doe in Liberia. Do you know that the Liberians executed all the Americans that had came over there and started Liberia in Monrovia?
Yeah, wow.
I'm talking about, they went and got all of them that had come from America through the democratic system. We're going to get you out of the country, and went over there. But really, it was a ploy to use these Uncle Tom Negroes as the go-to to get the resources out of Africa.
That's
and Africans seen it. Oh, you come over here acting like you one of us, but you really working for them.
Yep.
You know?
And
it's conquering back. You know, people ask why the Democrats don't change the way they operate, because it keep working. It's conquer and divide.
Yep.
What you gonna change it for if it keep working?
Right. But you know what now? And you said something earlier, HP, in reference to most Black Americans by nature are conservative, but they got caught up in that blue no matter who cult. You know, just like I know, this started 60 plus years ago with Lyndon Johnson and his Great Society. What did he say? I'll have the ends voting Democrat for the next 200 years. The devil is alive.
He co-opted the civil rights bill that was put together by Republicans.
Yep.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
Then they don't even realize that a lot of people won't even accept the fact that the Democrats was the slave owners. You know what I mean? And the Republican Party was created to fight slavery.
You tell them that, but when you tell them truth, when you tell truth bombs like that, they're like, no, that's not true. So even when you
talk about people talk about the KKK. The KKK was created by Democrats.
Exactly.
And Jim Crow.
You better say it.
So I don't even understand how they can be that brainwashed unless they done got Stockholm syndrome. They might suffer from Stockholm syndrome. For real.
Truth bomb.
Because anytime somebody can treat you that bad and you still support them and fight for them, that's Stockholm syndrome.
You know what, Detroit HP, I said that, I've used that as well. And I've also said it's like a bad relationship, a battered women's syndrome. And you run, you get beat up, leave, go to the shelter with relatives. What happens? Your husband comes, well, some roses and candy, and things will be better, and I'll never ever hit you again. And you smile and laugh, go out to eat dinner. Then eventually, what happens again? Boom, boom, boom. You get beat up.
See, it's worse than that because the Democrats don't even give them no roses and candy. They give them absolutely nothing.
I hit that 3 times. Nothing.
They take more.
Nothing tangible. Just lies.
Man.
Lies.
They said
lies,
this is how the Democrats. This is how the Democrats be playing the Negro. You not paying enough taxes, so we just gonna take your job. and you figure it out. You don't make enough money to pay taxes, so we just gonna eliminate the job.
Wow.
Do something else.
Just totally.
But you think about this. What I was saying before, they give you your birth certificate and your social security card are used as chattel papers for collateral on their loans that they get from China and other countries. The fact that we're going to tax our citizens. So that means that even now that they are taxing us up to wazoo, the immigrants is working tax-free, plus giving money and incentive. I mean, it's really like they're giving them a leg up over Americans.
And they are.
They're not paying them. They're not paying taxes, and they're getting free room and board.
They are, and you saw it. Just did the video. They're going to give them $150,000 in California to buy home. What about all the homeless people in California? They might want to be a part of that program.
This is what I think that's going to be. I think because you know how the Democrats lie. Yes, I think they put that out there as an incentive for more to come. Because you know they're getting on the phone. They finna give us $150,000. That's like $1 million in their country. So when they get over here and Congress stop the money for it to come and they don't get nothing, they're going to be mad. And this is when the chaos comes and they can do what they want to do because they're not finna give them that. They really finna start taking what they've been giving them and tell them to feed off the citizens.
Yeah. And speaking of feeding off the citizens, with everything that's happening, like you said, you mentioned the case earlier, crime-wise, you mean to tell me you can't stop the crime? And so it's like they cause this divisiveness, and they're just sitting back. They're just sitting back watching it as it, takes place.
To me, it's like the first step toward communism. You remember if you study the history of the Bolshevik Revolution.
Oh yeah.
And when they went and got Vladimir Lenin to take over Russia, they let all the prisoners out in Siberia and all throughout the country and just let the prisoners just run wild, raping, pillaging, robbing, stealing, and you know what I mean? Then the people who were actually orchestrating the thing came in and brought civil, calmed it down, and then started unaliving each other, period. From Vladimir Lenin to Joseph Stalin to Mao Zedong, it's straight out of the communist playbook.
Straight from it. Straight
from the communist playbook. Everything they say about Trump is what they're doing.
Yeah, they're projecting on him.
They're projecting everything they say about a dictator. She's trying to be a dictator right now.
I can't argue with what you're saying because it's obviously
a
true.
Goofy dictator. Watch, I bet you before it's over, that maniacal laugh is going to make you think of something out of a horror movie.
Yeah, because you vote blue, Norman. You vote for her. It will become a horror movie. Okay, that's what's coming.
She was saying that she's going to decriminalize even coming across the border. Now you won't even. They're going to make it where you can't even say illegal immigrant.
Yeah, because you twist their arm. They don't want to say it. Chicago Hood, how are you? Oh, we have all kinds of people coming into the chat.
Shout out to Chicago. Them our neighbors, and I know they catching it bad. Yeah. Chicago gotta turn red. Ain't no way. I know it ain't no black people in Chicago vote Democrat.
Better not
remember they did in Chicago.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that, Alley Cat. So where are we here? Alicia Mack, HP. When you talk about the Social Security, I just realized that our Social Security number for over 1 billion people have been hacked. I was listening to something about that, Alicia. Okay, let me see. Where are we? All right, hit that like button, folks.
But see, because America is using our Social Security numbers and birth certificates as collateral. They don't have gold. They're not exporting oil. What they're using is the ability to tax their citizens.
Yep. Give me 1 second. Go ahead and talk, HP. I'll be right back.
Yeah, that's what it is. So if you think about it, what would make them let 20 million Venezuelans and people from all over the country, they know they've let in Islamic extremists, African extremists from all over the world, all over the continent, criminals, and dumping these criminals in areas that are already impoverished. It's almost like a betrayal that they setting the citizens up because they feel like as citizens, we don't have enough unity because they've been race baiting so long. They've been race baiting, saying vote blue no matter who, to the point where no one has any unity. But the immigrants going to unite based on the fact that they are immigrants. So they're going to help each other. Well, she's going to let me look at what's in the chats. Ashley Sanders, it says, with Harris now ahead in every major national poll on RCP, except for Rasmussen, it keeps getting harder to pretend that Trump isn't losing in the polls. But
yeah,
I think that's a psych op, because when they trying to say that he don't even have black supporters.
I know that we're figments of someone's imagination. That's what they
just like her winning in the polls is. They get enough actors and enough comedians to say she winning, then people who listen to them think she winning. But think about it. No, they can't even secure the black vote. Because I know ain't no Mexicans and Asians like really want to vote for Kamala because they already know that what she's going to do is let this country that they came to be exactly like the one they left.
I can't tell you how many people who came in this country legally have reached out to me, emailed me. They don't like this invasion either. It's going to affect their bottom line, not just yours, mine, and everyone it's everyone who will be affected. Because I told you, HP, I've had people come on this channel in the chat, those keyboard warriors. Oh, this channel is anti-immigrant. And I'm like, no, it's not, but it is pro-American. So, I don't feel bad because, like I said, I don't denigrate any nationality or race of people. But again,
tell them you anti-breaking and entering.
Ooh, truth bomb. What about all the other crimes? Yeah.
But they start with that one. That's the one they start with. It's the difference between having a guest and somebody breaking in your house.
Yes.
Ain't that a difference?
Yes,
You know what I mean?
sir.
You welcome somebody in and they ring the doorbell and they wait for you to come out and let them in. Then
Right.
somebody just kicking your door in. Those are two different things.
Oh God, another super chat. Donjay, thank you so much for the super chat. And Donjay says, does everyone realize that Democrats literally created a phone app for illegals to download and use to schedule their illegal entry into the country? Donjay, I did a video 3 months ago. They're flying secretly. Yes, the Biden administration created an app, as quiet as it's kept. They're flying them into the country secretly. Detroit, I'm going to let you respond to that. I'm going to find that video and drop it in the comment section so Donjay can watch that later. Yeah, I did a video on all that. Go ahead. Please address that, Detroit.
I want to address this one by Big Cheese. He says in the chat, I am only concerned about FBA only. But see, the most important part in FBA is Americans, foundational Black Americans. So you playing to the same Democratic playbook.
Yep.
Conquer and divide. You're supposed to be only concerned about American citizens that pay into the country like you do. You know what I mean? You still going by the race baiting because somebody told you back then you couldn't use the same water fountain, you couldn't use the same toilet as somebody else or whatever. You know what I mean? I got neighbors that I won't use in my bathroom. They live, you know what I'm saying? That I've known for years. I know you can't use my bathroom. What does that make me? Anti-neighbor? You know what I'm saying? Think about it. When you say FBA, that is foundational Black Americans. That's only telling you that there are Black Americans, white Americans, brown Americans, Asian Americans, and all that. But they are Americans. You know, it's like the home team. I don't care how bad the Lions doing. I'm gonna root for the Lions. That's the home team. I don't care how bad the Pistons losing. I'm gonna root for the Pistons.
Detroit. Yeah. No one cares about the Lions. It's about Dallas Cowboy football, baby. America's team. Get your life together.
I'm just saying. That's what y'all say outside of the Midwest. You know what I mean? It's Lions, Tigers, and Bears this way. Yeah, the Midwest. You know, the Midwest got Lions, Tigers, and Bears. Oh my.
Oh my. I just dropped the link. Donjay? I just dropped a link. I did that video. Oh my God, several months ago. On because a lot of people weren't even aware of it. They're secretly flying them in.
Pinky Whale said it all. You know, you can't see anybody playing the race card now is treasonous.
Yep.
It's treasonous at this point. You know, when you being invaded, you know what I mean? You could have been arguing with your neighbor yesterday, but you see somebody coming from another whole country trying to take over, you got to stand together. You will figure out the rest of that later, some other time.
Right. And that's what, and you've been on my channel long enough, HP. That's what I stress. We can't say for Black Americans. Again, you're falling into the playbook of the Democratic Party. You have to say all Americans. They want us separate. That's what they want. That's how they've been able to maneuver and slither around. And white people are racist and you can't make it because of white supremacy and you're a victim. All of that falls into their playbook. No.
Let me tell you something I know for a fact. That he says FBA, as Black Americans, we will not be able to fight an onslaught of invaders without help from white Americans. Just like the Republicans had to free you from the Democrats when you was on the plantation getting whooped. You couldn't get away on your own. Now, Harriet Tubman, Nat Turner, nobody could do it until they got help from Republicans. So if you think that right now, as fractured as the Black community is, we can withstand an onslaught and horde of invaders like we seeing now without the help of white Americans, then you have drunk the Democratic Kool-Aid.
Say it again for the people in the back. Facts.
They know they drunk the Kool-Aid. You remember how you used to look at like you watch a documentary and you see white Americans, showing how to be survivalists, showing how to live off the grid, showing you how to wear fatigues or whatever. You better learn how. You better ask them how to do that.
Facts.
You better find out how can I survive in the wilderness for 3 days and I don't got no coat? Because just think about this. This is where I'm at is in Detroit. It can get 10 below zero. What happens if they hit the power?
And you don't know what they'll do. They're desperate. You don't know what they're going to do between now and November to keep. They know that she can't win an election straight up without them cheating. Who knows what they're going to do?
They can hit the power. They could take the power down and half of the city will freeze to death.
Yep.
Like popsicles in the morning.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So if you don't know how to survive and you don't know certain things, but because you done cut yourself off drinking the Kool-Aid, dividing yourself against the very people that you need for help, that's just not intelligent. But you know what? The Democrats count on us being stupid. So hey, that's what they count on.
And they do.
You know,
and that's
they said we ain't got enough sense to know we need help.
And what you're saying is absolutely right. And that's what I've been saying that. I let people know from the beginning. We don't have the luxury of saying, okay, Black people, we're going to be over here working. And then white people are going to be over here. Hispanic over here. No. We have to come together as a united front against the Democratic Party. Again, they want us separate. That's how they win. We can't, that luxury is gone. This country's in bad.
And you got to watch them because they try to rewrite history all the time. You know, you remember when Kamala said this? Kamala said when she was debating Joe Biden, she said, when I was a schoolgirl and they were busing and I was a little girl on the bus and I was being bused to schools and they didn't want me there in California and you were promoting segregation. And Joe Biden looked there stupid, like, because he knew he was a segregationist. But what he didn't know is she was lying. She was living in Canada at the time. She ain't never been bused anywhere. That's how much they lied. She told that man that she was being bused because of segregation in California when she was going to school. But at the time it was busing, she was living in Canada. Then she said they asked her what's her favorite rap star, and then she said when she was in college, she was listening to Tupac. When she was in college, Tupac was like 5 years old.
Listen,
she lied so much.
She said she was listening to Snoop Dogg too, with smoking weed.
Yeah, in college, and she older than me, so that means Snoop and Pac was probably 5 years old when she was in college. She wasn't listening. She just a lie about anything. Anything. She worse. You thought Joe Biden said that he went to jail trying to go see Mandela. He said his uncle got 8 back cannibals. You know what I mean? They'll say anything to you. And they call Trump a liar. That's what's crazy. But they won't never tell you nothing he lied about. You see how we calling off all their lies? We know almost every lie. We know almost every lie they done told. But they say Trump a liar, Trump a liar. They were like, what he lie about? Oh, he lied when they were saying he lied when he said that COVID came from China. Then years later we found out from Fauci, it came from China.
Yeah.
He lied when he said it was criminals. Everything he said was the truth now.
Yeah.
And we're seeing the big liars.
Go ahead, guys. All 100 of us are in the comment section. Go ahead and hit that like button, that little thumb. Share this out on your Facebook page, your Instagram page, your Truth Social page. Let's bring more people into the conversation. Don J says, aside from all the major issues plaguing the country, it boggles my mind that people were indifferent about the mobile unaliving van with a scoreboard parked outside the Democratic convention. Don J, I talked about that. They had a mobile van for women who walked up and wanted their children unalive, and they were also performing vasectomies mobily. Yes, they had that out there at the DNC. Trisha, how are you? We're glad that you're here, love. Where are we? Alley Cat, Detroit, that's what they want us to buy into. Unfortunately, some of us are better educated and informed than others. Tina, sharing everything you shared with the Reservation Sanctuary, Michigan. That's my family, okay? Snoop or Tupac wasn't out yet. Sacred's laughing.
It was kids.
Oh yeah.
So I just was showing how much she lied. She thought she was saying something good when she said she cooked them greens in the bathtub. Black people's like, what? You cook the greens in the bathtub where you sit your booty at and your feet? Oh hell no! You fed that to black people? She said the wrong thing. She lied so much that she made a boo boo with that one.
Now, Detroit, I'll be honest. I don't care for collard greens. I've never cooked them in my life. I'm being very transparent. But I'm old enough to know I've never heard I know people who have cooked them. I have never heard anyone say that they use their bathtub to wash greens. They may have had a lot of greens to wash, and they may be in the kitchen all day. Well, I have never, ever. What is she gonna say next? She washed her ham hocks in the toilet.
She's just saying she really showing how low she think of black people. Because look, both my grandparents is from Georgia. We ate greens almost every week, at least once a week. We had some greens, and no matter how many family members came, it never crossed nobody's mind to carry them up to the bathroom and dump them in there. You know what I mean? So she's just saying what she think, just like she thought it would be a good idea to bring Meg Thee Stallion out to twerk for us at a convention.
Of you. That's what she thinks about black people. She didn't come out with any policies. Just bring Megan Thee Stallion, let her twerk. That's all they need.
Do you know how low they got to think about you as a black man, that they think you just gonna walk into a trailer and get a vasectomy outside?
They had the van set up. They were performing.
You have to be. I mean, you would have to have serious mental issues to just say, I'm going down and get a vasectomy at the convention center. Come on,
you can't make this stuff up.
But see, that's because they follow Margaret Sanger. Margaret Sanger thought we all was animals that needed to be neutered.
I actually teach about a component of one of the classes that I teach is eugenics. A lot of people don't realize, they think that the Nazis created that. No, honey. The Nazis got that from Margaret Sanger. And where did she set up? Her videos are on YouTube. The Inconvenient Truth About Planned Parenthood and Margaret Sanger. She was the biggest racist. Look at where those Planned Parenthood clinics are. They're in communities of color, i.e., they're in black communities. Let me say this before I forget it. Allie said, I always wondered why Kamala's nose looked weird. It's growing. Pinocchio Jr. Pinky. They weren't busing when Kamala was in school. Some high schools did, but that was called an opportunity transfer, not mandatory. Of course, she's not going to tell that. Janine, we need to stand up.
She wasn't even in the country, so it don't make no sense. She was living in Canada, so she wasn't even here. She didn't come back here. She went to college.
Fact. We have some news. Graziella Ritchie. It's called Divide and Conquer. Everybody needs to come together and unite, move as one, regardless of race, age, religion, sexual orientation, and gender. That's what I've been saying. Graziella Ritchie, I think you're new here. You're saying what we've been saying forever. Where are we here? Sacred Grove. The nerve of her to put on a Southern accent. She put on a Southern accent, which was fake. She talked about washing her collard greens in a tub, which I've never heard of. Don J, indeed, you cover everything on your channel, and I appreciate your dedication and hard work in the fight for truth. I look forward to watching your channel grow. Keep up the amazing work. Don J, you can help this channel grow simply by sharing this content. That will bring more people to the channel. Sacred Grove. Michelle Obama and Hillary put on fake accents around us too, and of course Hillary with the famous hot sauce in her pocketbook again. Wink, wink. That's another cue, another dog whistle. Greg, anyone watching the Hiding Harris and Whitewash Waltz Q&A town hall meet and greet themselves? Hot sauce in first. Kamala's planning a panda pepper. Okay. Jay Lee. She pulled that line from The Color Purple. Plagiarism. Facts. Her policy is for us to twerk for food. Cha-cha is being bad. Go ahead.
I wanted to answer a question that a lot of people be having. Like, why is America so loyal to the country of Israel? Anybody ever wonder that? Wonder why? Why will they do anything for Israel?
First of all,
I'm gonna tell you why.
Go ahead.
Let me say this. Then you tell.
Okay.
It's a book called War Against the Weak. It is a book about eugenics. Henry Ford and a lot of other industrialists in America were financing the eugenics that the Nazis and Hitler was doing during that time period. And because they knew that there was American people doing it, America been paying them reparations and debt for that all this time. So it won't come out. They were financing the eugenics. Just think, when the United States went there, who did they take? They took the German scientists.
Yep.
They didn't bring no Jewish people back. They went and got the scientists like Einstein and the rest.
Yep.
So that's why they being blackmailed into doing anything else. And another reason is the area where over there in Gaza sits on almost, well, in the 70s, it was like $76 trillion worth of oil.
Yep.
You know how there's no fracking in the United States and we got all that oil? Yep. That area over there back in the 70s had over $76 trillion worth of oil.
Facts.
In natural resources. So follow the money.
That's all you have to do with every situation.
Follow the yellow brick road.
Yep. Facts. And where are we here? If I missed your comments, please don't be upset. Where are we? Greg, wonder if Margaret Sanger ever thanked her mom for being pro-life. Greg. That's a good one. Booker T, imagine going to a cookout and you find out Kamala cooked the greens. Booker T, exactly. It wouldn't bother me because I don't particularly care for collard greens, Allie, free vasectomies for what? Democrat men have balls? Oh, God. Truth bomb. Most of these Democrats, like Van Jones, are all over the place. They're crying. They're upset. Boulay, Roland Martin.
Roland Martin. Hey, did you see the clip I sent you? Boulay Roland Martin got caught looking at naked men while in the middle of the podcast.
Did he? I didn't check it because I was preparing for this. I'm going to play that. I'll look at that as soon as this is done. I know he's been crying, and he's.
Oh man! Hey, look, he was doing way too much at one time. Let me see if I can pull it up.
I'll check that out. Sacred Grove and MLK got the Margaret.
You have never interacted.
It won't show.
Met him.
Okay.
That's going to change soon. But
it's going to be trending. It's going to change. I sent it to you.
Okay. Sacred Grove, I did a video on that. Martin Luther King, a lot of you don't know. Martin Luther King Jr. received the Margaret Sanger Award. And Sacred Grove said, you can't make this up. I talked about that. A lot of people don't know that. Martin Luther King Jr. received that award for unaliving Black children. He sure did.
They don't want to have that conversation because at the end of his time, before he knew he was going to just be out of here, he said he was integrating his people into a burning building.
Dr. King and Malcolm X, before they left here, they saw a lot of things differently. You sure did. Before they were both assassinated. Jake.
He said it sadly. I'm integrating my people into a burning building. I'm telling them to go up in there instead of running the hell the other way.
Yep. Facts.
And he said, and Martin Luther King said him and Malcolm X both said the biggest threat to the rise of Black people was the liberals.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Dr. King, near the end of his life, because he thought that they were the ones, they were for Black America. Towards the end of his life, High Mafia and Malcolm X as well. They both were seeing things totally different. Then, of course, they are both unalive. Bill ABC TV says, I wish for Trump to win the 2024 election by a massive landslide. Asada says, hello. Toy Mafia, we're so glad you're here. Pinky, because the JS has a lot of political power here. Where are we here? I'm trying to keep up with these comments. Alley Cat, a prerequisite to be a male in the Democratic Party is alphabet soup. Oh, low blow.
And they're trying to force feed alphabet soup to the rest of us.
Yeah, they're trying to shove it down our throats. Pinky, that was yes, Pinky. Asada, I just recently heard that about MLK. Yes, Asada. I mentioned that in a video. A lot of people don't know that about Dr. King. And he probably didn't really. Now, in his defense, kind of, sort of, in the 60s, they didn't have access to information the way we do now. So I give him a little bit of grace. Now we have everything at our fingertips. Sacred Grove, Manning Johnson lost his life trying to warn us too. He was very prophetic. Yes, Sacred Grove. Danjay says, I believe Malcolm X described white liberals as wolves in sheep's clothing. He also warned of the power
fox.
of the
He said they was the fox.
Yeah.
He said the liberal was the fox and the other one was the wolf. I mean, the wolf.
I just said that on my yesterday, one of my videos. I said that. And like I said, with that analogy, the fox and the wolf, they both go to the farmyard. They're going to grab a chicken, right? Or a lamb, fill in the blank. So the wolf has no inklings, no morals. The wolf goes in there, boat snatches them, starts eating. The fox, that's not how it operates. The liberals. The fox is gonna go in there and how you doing? How's the family? Sit there, drink a cup of tea, talk, ask how things are going, sit there and play them games. They had that little rules, that team going, and eventually, in the end, it's gonna do the same thing that the wolf did, but he's gonna go about it in a different manner.
You just take with the liberals, you take a death of 1,000 cuts. They take a 1,000 nibbles.
Yes. Ironwood, you and the chickens in there, right, Ironwood. And so the fox and the wolf, at the end, the chicken is dead, but they just go about it differently. Malcolm X said that. All of that's here on YouTube. All these Black America. Malcolm X said that in 1965. Go check it out. It's here on YouTube. No, they don't want to hear that. He said it. Don J, great stream. The live chat is on point as usual. We're trying, Don J. We are.
They asked a question. They said they were saying that you think if Kamala gets in, that she's going to ban Twitter or X. They're talking like they want to now.
Well,
they're talking about taking free speech.
That's not all they're going to try to take. So we'll have to see about that. And they'll probably cheat again, but I can't see them. I can't see them winning again. I can't, unless again they'll cheat, but then we'll have to start a revolution because they've stolen one. They're not stealing another one. Nope. So that's just where
we got to make it too big to rig. That's why I'm saying they're using the media. They're using the media in polling.
Yeah.
Because they want to give the appearance. Because they can't go on and concede. They can't go on and say that Trump's going to win by a landslide.
Right.
You know, but when it comes time to actually go in that voting booth and actually drop that ballot, it ain't going to be as many idiots as they think going to be that's going to go do that.
Nope. A lot of people waking up. And like I said, I did a video on this. A lot of people feel like you do. They feel like I do, but they're not saying anything because they don't want to be ostracized by family and friends. They're just going to quietly go in that booth and pull the lever for the right person. And it's not going to be Kamala or better yet, Skamala. Jason.
It's a bunch of them that's probably going to go in there and not pull it. Charlemagne himself probably not. He probably going to vote Trump, him and Stephen A. Smith. They just talking that talk, but when they go in there, they're going to be in there looking over their shoulder like this, putting that Trump ballot there.
And they're of course, we know they're Democratic shields and plants as well. And so
even some of the shields going to vote against her.
Yep.
They already paid. They're going to be like, okay, I got my money already.
Yeah, they want that. They're going to keep the checks coming, but you never know. And so, Detroit, you're fading in and out, dear.
I am.
Yeah, you're fading in and out.
I don't know why that is. Maybe because it's live, it's still streaming.
It's wait a minute. Yeah, it's but when you're streaming, it takes more bandwidth, and sometimes things just don't.
Yeah, but when you upload it should go away.
I don't. Well, no, it's going to stay the same unless you do something else to it. You know, I don't know what software you have, but you can do some things to.
I'm using StreamYard too, but I'm saying you get to talking like this, and no telling who messing with the with the connection.
And they do. Jay Lee.
I know I'm shadow banned already.
Yeah, they'll do that. Jay Lee. Could they pull Harris out of the race and install Pelosi or another female at the last minute? Jay Lee, they can do anything. Look at Joe Biden. I want to say poor guy, but I'm glad they sacked him. Who knows what they're going to do? They're going to do whatever they think it takes to win this presidency. They don't care who they have to sack or destroy. I really feel they told Biden, look, because you remember he was adamant, I'm not going anywhere. I really feel they threatened to expose something on him or his son, and that's when he finally bowed out. They sacked him. He had no inclinations or any intentions of going anywhere. No.
I think a lot of them scared they're going to jail if Trump get in.
That's another major reason why they're like, oh, can't let him get in. They know where they're going.
Because like Charlemagne is involved in litigation right now.
Yeah.
About a situation with a young lady, and who would bring him out with that hanging over his head as a spokesperson?
They're desperate, and they think that his listeners are ignorant. So, they know they'll say, "Oh, it doesn't matter. We'll still vote for." Pinky says, "My family, the gays are in, the convicts are in, the Republicans are out." Pinky, yeah. Jay Lee, Stephen Smith is voting. Yeah, Cha. Stephen Smith is a puppet and a shield, and he'll say whatever he can to keep those checks rolling, but he probably will vote Trump. Fannie Willis is as quiet as a mouse. Yeah, Cha, all these black women that they use to go against Trump, now look at them. Look at where they are.
They had enough.
The Democratic Party put them up and let them destroy themselves. But we're supposed to vote blue no matter who. No, thank you.
They're known for throwing each other off the train.
Yeah, exactly. Where are we? Yeah, Fannie Willis. Yeah, Donjay. The heart of the wise inclines to the right, but the heart of the fool to the left. That's Ecclesiastes 10:2. Donjay's quoting scripture. That's a truth bomb. Alley Cat. Democrats are just worried if we close the border, we'll also mandate the use of prophylactic. If you're a Democrat, Allie, go to the corner, Allie. You were behaving until just now. Go to the corner, Allie.
But you know what, hey Rollins,
yes,
have
sir.
Anybody ever thought this? That their push for abortion could directly be tied to the profit from stem cells?
Well, yeah, I did a video. I mentioned that in a video. I teach about stem cell research in one of my classes. And there was actually a video that I shared with my students. And the head of Planned Parenthood was meeting with a service, someone who works, a medical professional who works in the unaliving of children in the womb. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say the A word. And so it was an undercover video, but the medical professional was basically telling her to perform more unaliving of children in the womb so they can have those fetuses for stem cell research. So yeah, that's taking place too. Yeah. Booker T, Trump will fire a bunch of people, but I think he's going to surprise a lot of people by not retaliating on his enemies. Yeah, he'll be like, whatever. Karen, the people have to divorce the Democrats and move on. Yes, please do. Oh my God. Where are we? Okay. All right. So closing thoughts, Mr. Detroit HP, because we're going to get out of here. I know you have to get ready for work, and so many other people do. We've been on for a while.
My closing thought is, we know that we up against mainstream media and the Democrats. So we just got to be vigilant and stay informed with like-minded people, because at this point, anybody vote Democrat is untrustworthy. Hey, you can't trust them.
You better not.
That's the party of treachery.
Treachery, debauchery. I could go on.
You see what trusting him got Joe Biden.
He's God. He probably doesn't even know he's been sacked. God bless him.
Yeah.
Just send him to Shady Pines. Let him enjoy the rest of the years, however many he has left. He looks totally demoralized. He just looks done. Okay. Them stationing National Guard. Steve Fryer, I'm not sure what you're referencing. Type it in the comment section. All I can say, folks, is continue to be vigilant. What a family, Karen. Exactly, Karen. Everyone, let's spam the comment section with hearts for Mr. Detroit HP. If you have not already, please go ahead and sub up his channel. He's got some excellent content over there as well. Crystal, how are you? Crystal says, better the devil you know than the devil you don't. Trump 2024. Crystal, I'm spamming the comment section with hearts for you. All right. Oh, September 18th. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, C. Fryer. I heard about that. Yeah, they're getting the National Guard out there. They've tried to unalive him, and he had that little miscue with his plane. Detroit, you faded out all the way, dear. There you go.
All right, let me go and get out of here. Obviously, they don't like me coming on your show, so I don't want to keep being a distraction.
You're fine.
Peace out, y'all. I'm out of here.
Thank you so much, Detroit.
You're welcome. Tell Al he missed a good one.
Yes, sir. I'll text you momentarily.
All right.
Thank you. All right, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that content. I'm going to let you go as well. The big cheese. Alley Cat. The problem with the morning after pill is not enough Dems are using it. Oh, God. Truth bomb. Booker T, thank you so much. All I can say is, people, I've enjoyed you each. If you're here, I've done 2, I don't know, I've lost count, 2, 3 prior videos today. Go check those videos out, please. Hit the like button. Share the videos with family, friends, neighbors, foes, whoever needs this information. How you doing, Beanie? Glad you're here. And I'm going to get out of here. But just remember, don't give up. Don't listen to those fake polls. And don't stop thinking about tomorrow. Don't stop. It'll soon be here. It'll be here. Better than before. Yesterday's gone. Yesterday's gone. Ooh. Okay, I better stop. I don't want to hurt anyone's ears. Yes, I have Fleetwood Mac's greatest hit CD. Yeah, that's in the truck too. Now you know. Oh, we hit 120 likes. Yes, Don J. C. Fryer, all of you. I'm getting ready to spam the comment section with hearts. Thank you all for spending your very valuable time here at the Rollins Reviews YouTube channel. I hope it's been informative. I'm going to bring some more guests on because November will be here before you know it, and we cannot take it for granted. They are trying to steal another election, folks, and we cannot let that happen, or America will be done for, okay? No fake polls, right? Don't listen to that crap, all right? Yeah, Alley Cat, I'm going to get you. So I'm going to get off of here and share this on all of your social media platform pages, people. Help me get the information out, please. I'll probably go live. I don't know when this week. I'll be going live as things happen. Take care. Jay Lee, bye, chat. Thank you so much. Jay Lee, these heart emojis. They're for you. You know how I do. Once I end the stream, I meet you in the comment section. I'm there as long as you're there. Yes, Alley Cat, I've done what? 2 or 3 prior videos. Yes. All right. Enjoy the rest of your day. Get ready for work tomorrow. That's what I have to do. I'm going now straight to the comment section to respond to your comments that I missed. Thank you again for being here at the Rollins Reviews YouTube channel.